back live. Got the charts up. Got the last definition of those red blocks for you guys that hope you guys now understand what has happened. Look at that. Look at that performance from the last red blocks. Huge drops from all these red blocks, yeah? Wow. I give you guys a very big warning. Big warning. I didn't have to do that. Came on. Share my chart. Share my TA. Big one. Big one. Over 1,000 hours worth of research was put into this. And I slimmed it down into like maybe 2 hours for you guys. So that's where we are now. Over 1,000 hours worth of research was put into it. Ooh, Dogecoin about to lose 19 cents. Pretty big drop. Anybody happy about their shorts? Wow. What a crazy week. I mean, you guys don't even know the half of it, but look at this. Look at these scalps that I'm in. So this was a chart for my red blocks. That all the way down to here. My XRP short's now up over 5,100%. My Bitcoin short's up over 1,800%. My Ethereum short's up over 2,000%. My Dogecoin short up over 3,500%. What a good day. What a good Saturday. Rico says win all-time high. One too long Doge. I would like to buy Dogecoin back under 8 cents. That would be an area that I would be comfortable buying back under 8 cents. So I don't know about you guys, but I know where I'm happy buying. Crazy. How are you guys trades going so far though? You guys have some good positions this weekend? Ooh. Look at my red blocks now compared to here. Let's measure, shall we? Bitcoin red block to drop 5%. Dogecoin I have multiple red blocks, right? Red block drop, red block drop, red block drop. That very top red block at 22.67, and we had some prior to that as well. We had like some really top red blocks, yeah. And we even had top red blocks for Bitcoin. And look, I give you guys a very good detail. Remember that stream with that orange circle? That orange circle gonna haunt some of you if you bought the top. But let's measure from that last red block Bitcoin before the orange circle down, 6%. Dogecoin 24 cents down, 22%. XRP 327 down. That was about 16%. Ethereum performed better. Only 13%. So We had some major drops from my warnings, major drops from those bearish signals. That's where we are. So that was negative 6% for Bitcoin. Doge negative 22%. Yeah, Ethereum performed best. It still dropped. It still dropped, but it performed better. Ethereum only dropped 13%. That's why my ETH short is performing the least profit, but it's still in the profit. Ha 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 ha! Woo! So I put that percentage drop from the red block clusters up in the charts there for you guys. Woo! Let's look at that. Look at those red blocks. You could have picked any one of those red blocks right now. You'd be in profit. You could have picked any one of those red blocks. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin here. You could have picked any one of these red blocks inside of that diving board, and then woof, drop down. Any red block you wanted up there. Why did I hear a Facebook message? Don't have Facebook open. Is that when you guys on Discord? Wow. You could have picked any red block. People kept making fun of these red blocks because we had dropped down, come back up, drop down, come back up. But the red blocks are cool. But this was that most important thing right here, this little orange circle. And if you didn't know what that orange circle was, I gave you guys a dedicated live stream specifically about that orange circle the other day. And when I went live, I posted in Discord that I went live. I even saved the video for those who missed the live stream so that they could come back and watch if they really wanted to. So, let's watch that video real quick, shall we? Let's show you guys that orange circle one more time. I have to document everything because people like to make up lies. What you're going to notice is my screen on Discord for you guys because there's... So this was that live stream the other day, 4 days ago, explaining this drop this evening. First thing I have loaded. Not before. So it definitely can't be counted as insider trading or pumping and dumping. Like he literally would went down to 49,000. That was a 29% drop. Some retail traders could not sustain a 29% drop and were liquidated or forced to close their positions at losses. Which is unfortunate. I mean, Bitcoin dropping 29%, I mean, you should always calculate that volatility into your trading strategy so you don't get liquidated. But from that 49K bottom, RSI oversold. That's where the RSI got oversold on the weekly. It went up to about 104K before it got into overbought territory again. From overbought to oversold, that price dropped 109K down to... So that was the live stream. I'll put that in the chat if you guys want to watch that live stream over. If you guys are curious. If you missed the live stream the other day, I got that video. So how late are you today? If you're waiting to sell your Bitcoin today, compared to the red blocks, you're about $6,000 late or 5.2%. Better late than never. All right? Better late than never. Are we going to go lower? Absolutely. Am I keeping my shorts open? Absolutely. I don't need to take profits on my shorts yet. Even if someone comes in and buys a lot of Bitcoin and retail dumps them, I don't need to take profits yet. When Bitcoin has these big drops, it's harder for those same individuals to actually come in, borrow money. I'm trying to get the Discord message about that chart. I share a lot of charts and data in the Discord. A lot. We even had those head and shoulder patterns the other day for Ethereum and XRP at the same time. That was scary. That was very bearish. Let's see what would have happened. Discord timestamps, so that's good. Maybe I drew the circle but didn't screenshot it. Let me see. Or I put the screenshot in announcements. Wow, we are still dropping. Give me a moment. I turn on the fans. What's up? How you doing, Crypto Soul?
How you doing today?
I'm good. So if you want some news for your news website, one thing that you might want to add is data from CoinGlass, talking about the 24-hour liquidations. Over $200 million worth of the ETH liquidate in 24 hours.
I was actually on there today taking screenshots.
Yeah, in the last 4 hours, over $63 million worth of Ethereum. Over 26. XRP almost liquidate more than Bitcoin in the last 4 hours. In the last hour, it's only a $4 million difference, which is big. Oh, we're making some lower lows. We just lost 19 cents for DOGE. That's a big one. Was this my chart breaking on XRP over there? I noticed your coin graduated from the Pump.Fund platform. Congratulations. You hit an all-time high market cap of 120,000 before people really started taking profits heavily.
Yeah, definitely exciting. I was looking at some of it. It looked like some of the people selling at the top too were also buying above the bonding curve. So people looking to gamble on that graduation, it looked like. I mean, volume definitely picked up for that big time.
Absolutely. Did you short any of these cryptos this last week?
No, I've not been trading. Yesterday, I literally just had to drive to Tampa to pick up portable air conditioning units for my restaurant because the AC hasn't been working. So I did like 8 hours of driving yesterday.
It's a lot of driving. Bitcoin lost 113,000, getting very near $112,000 right here.
Yeah, I had an argument or a debate today on X on where we're heading. The overall consensus of most people think that we're still in a bull run. We're going to all-time highs. they were putting some charts. The main technical support level was 112, arguing WEEX to 111. But I would argue, I mean, these aren't WEEX that we broke that support. Support levels I see is more like 109, and then we're looking at 100K, and we'll see what happens after that. And that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Nice. Yeah, we're about to lose 100K, 112K. And we'll probably march down 110K liquidations. On this chart that I have right now, the 5 minutes, even the 20 times longs would be liquidated at 108K. So generally we drop under those licks. It'd be like an 18% drop under that on a big red candle. So it goes under 100K. Even a 5% drop under that's 100K. I want to ask you a question since you're the lead at your project. Would you be willing to do an airdrop for tame holders for your etch-gen?
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that for sure.
Do you think you could organize the airdrop easily if I got you
Yeah,
a list of addresses?
yeah. So I already have an Excel sheet going. I have, I don't know, 10 wallets on there for airdrop I was doing on X. But yeah, I can just add it to that and airdrop those wallets.
All right. So if I can ask them to give me wallets, I can create a channel or a form. How about this? If you create a Google form for them to just drop an address, I can share it and then you can get that CSV file to do your airdrop easier.
Okay, perfect.
I get them to put their Discord name or their tame address and then their Solana address.
Okay, I will have to wait till tomorrow. I am getting ready to go to the restaurant here in not too
Cool.
long. So
Nice. Well, thank you for considering it.
yeah, no, I love so I'm bullish on Pulse Chain. So what I like about Pulse Chain is regardless of what happened, how you feel about Richard Hart, regardless of what decision they made, there's nothing they could do to shut it down. So I mean, it's a decentralized blockchain, um, and yeah, the Tame token looks like one of the stronger charts on that ecosystem. So um, definitely happy to collaborate with the community.
Okay, I'll create the form and then I'll send it to you.
You know, what's interesting too is I've been seeing a lot of people talking about Hex lately as well.
Yep.
So, like for
Polshane
example,
has been doing really good.
like we had so Trapperversity, he was one of our guest speakers for one of our events. I saw just a couple days ago on his Instagram, he was talking about some content he posted about a market update, and one of the main things he highlighted was Hex at the end.
Nice. So I'm gonna put a link where they have to put their tame address that's holding tame, and then address where they can get the Solana address airdrops, and then we just verify. I can help verify as well. I'm trying to make it so that they don't have to be logged in to do it. All right, so I got the question. Now I got to figure this out. Might be getting like a little bit of a bounce up right here. So I'll put the form. I'm gonna DM you from the screen bot. This is the actual form that people can fill out. And then the results. Oh, I've seen that as well. For this one, the second one, you don't want to share it with anybody, obviously.
Okay.
The first one, the form that anybody fill out. The second one, just the results in a CSV. On the short term, we could get a bounce right here. Sailor could be like, oh yeah, this might be a good buy. So in the short term, guys, I will be drawing a green block. This is short term. Some of these coins dropped over 20% between red block to this green block. To put it in perspective, which any scalper would really like to get into that action. Because it could go up 1-2% easily from something like this. Trying to get this green block in here for everybody.
So I am looking at something here about a treasury debt buyback. Do you know anything about that?
I would have to get it summarized.
Okay. Let me take a look here.
So I got the green blocks in here. I had a huge drop from the red blocks. That's big. Woo. That was a big. I could clear the board, take profits on everything, and put like a lot of money on a meme coin if I wanted to, but I could also long hold these shorts I'm in. Let me I'll close them and open other shorts if we notice anything irrational in the markets. Let me see over here. All my shorts have closed.
Yeah, you just outperformed the S&P 500 for the next 5 years.
I'm about to share in Discord. I'm tagging everybody in Discord that I took profits. I don't have to trade for the whole year. I can go on the vacation to like the beach or something. I don't have to trade for the next 5 years. All right, let's get to it. Let's add it to the charts here. Right? So you guys on Discord, I actually closed the trades. So if you go to Discord, you can see just took profits on my shorts. This right here, close price. This is the price it closed. So let's go over here and update this chart. So I'm going to go over here and each one update that chart. So that was my Bitcoin short. My XRP short, I closed at 275. So not bad. 275.97. This was most of this drop was across the last 4 days. My Dogecoin short, this one was pretty big as well. Closed that at 19,054. So some of you guys are messaging me like, "Hey Tame, why didn't you tell me?" Like, I'm telling everybody now. I'm not going to go through message any of you guys individually. It's a little bit annoying to try to go through message each one of you guys individually that close positions when you can just check Discord announcements. So these are those shorts that I closed. Let's get this off here, and then I'll go through. I'll try to add the pictures to the charts over here. Probably put it right there. I got the XRP. XRP is a little bit weird for the image. I gotta put the image in the background as well. Probably put right there so you can actually read the number. Dogecoin short. This was very good as well. See, this is what happens when I was early. Because I was early, I can take profits here. I don't have to worry. Versus the people that are waiting today, they're like, oh, now I don't know if I should go short or go long. For me, I took profits, and if there's an area where there's irrational buys, I can short again. But if there's not an area of irrational buys, I've already made profits. I'm Gucci Fibonacci. So, to put that into perspective, we could go lower. Obviously, could go lower. But this was documented, my entry in my Etsy on Discord, and I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with the results.
Sup, Tame?
Just right now, took a lot of profits. I'm waiting on some irrational buys. Maybe I get lucky. Maybe some irrational buys happen in the next hour, and I don't have to watch my charts all day. Or, worst case, irrational buys happen early Sunday morning.
So as someone who just put in a short, probably good to close that position, huh?
Well, you have to take into consideration your trading goal. I already hit my take profits percentage-wise that I needed for the week. This was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was up over 12,000% total. That's 120 times my margin. I was up 120 times, to put it in perspective. So if you just open a short now at $2.77 at the bottom, yeah, you probably at a negative. But if you open earlier, like 282, you're positive. You can take that profit and do what I'm doing. If there's a rational buy and we go up to these top side liquidations above 311 for XRP, you can enter again. So yeah, you can take profits now on your short if you really wanted to. Or you can keep holding it. I'm okay missing out on another short entry from my perspective.
I'm about to say, I just trying to see how much room from my chart, how much room it has to keep going down based on this sell pressure.
Yeah, well, we dropped over 20% on some of these alts. If I was up over 12,000%, probably some other people were up better than me, and they're probably going to take profits on some of these shorts. Market makers may even be considering buying in some of this market. Like, this is a pretty decent sized dip for the week.
Yeah, I'd say we've dipped quite a bit since this morning.
You are you in profits for your short? Are you shorting XRP?
Yeah, I was in profits.
You should
by
still be in profits, right?
Yeah, just slightly, but I'm not as in profits as I was before. When we started dipping to like the 2.6 2.5 range, I was doing pretty good. Or excuse me, that's when we were dipping into the 2.6, I was doing great, and then now I'm getting closer to my buy-in.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just take profits, and when there's irrational buys, get another short. If you want to be on the same page as me.
Gotcha. I'll do
I
that
mean,
then.
if you saw my chart where I took profit on XRP, it was at 275. We're only about 2 cents higher than that.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to keep your short open, there's still liquidations down to about 263. We can even get both in the same candle. We could drop 263 and then boom, ping pong up to that moving average around 282. So it's up to you. I personally was happy with my take profits.
Yeah, I think it's just because I was late on this trade. Which is why I'm kind of hesitant to sell now, but if I don't have enough room to keep moving to the bottom, probably is not safe to keep it here. Probably save myself a liquidation, use whatever money I have left here to, or little bit of profit that I have here to move into something else.
Yeah, I just did the math. I was up over 13,783% total for all 4 positions. Whenever I'm up over 10,000%, I'm okay taking profits and not looking back at the charts. But right here, so if you look at, I'll zoom in on XRP for you. So if you look at XRP on the 5 minutes, we completely blew out that RSI. And we didn't just bottom at RSI, we created this flat line on the bottom. So generally when we're flatlining at the bottom RSI, that shows people are starting to come back in to buy. And within 2 candles after that, that's when we got the green on the chart. So these 2 candles, when I started closing my short, we were right here on this still red candles. And then the green candles started coming in because people started buying that dip. So the MACD and the RSI started turning from bearish to bullish on that short time frame. So from a scalper's perspective, I knew that we could go up. And we're going to go up here. Market makers are going to punish these people that started shorting late. They'll at least get this to 280 on the short time frame. So yeah, close your short and then get back a good entry later on. That's my final verdict.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and close it.
I'm not going to go long here, though. I am happy with the profits I just won. I'm not going to try to risk them on a short-term long because my trading strategy right now, we're still overbought in the weekly and monthly for Bitcoin. Elon hasn't tweeted about DOGE in a while, though, so it's a very tough one. Thank you, Dirty D. I'm glad you like those trades. Yeah, I'm definitely not going long here. I would put profits in like a meme coin or something, but I'm not going to go long here. I'll find a meme coin under $5 million market cap. I wouldn't go long on these big caps up here. Like XRP. Is there anybody in the audience that can explain to me why XRP is worth over $200 billion? Any of you? Give me a really good reason. Anybody have a good reason why XRP is worth at least $200 billion market cap? Wow. What did you decide to do, Players Planet?
I decided to close.
All right. Are you going to document that trade in a journal somewhere?
Yep. 2.77 is where I closed out at.
Cool.
Of course, it's going up, but you know.
Well, if the price goes up after you close your short, that's what you want, right?
Well, I closed it. I put in a price of 2.77. My order hasn't filled yet.
But if it does fill and then goes up, that means you won your trade for the day. But
Pretty small, but a win is a win.
But even that low side, XRP could probably come back down to at least $1.80, even closer to, at the very low, maybe 75 cents. Even at 75 cents, XRP was quite overvalued per token for what their business model does. In the past hour, over $100 million worth of positions were liquidated. Let's look at that chart again. Let me refresh it. So in the last hour, it says $113 million worth of positions liquidate. Out of that $113 million, that was $111 million worth of longs liquidated. Wrecked. A lot of that money took him from the bulls. And who do you think took that money? The bears. What do you think the bears are going to do with that money? They might create a short-term pump. These are bad liquidations. Really bad liquidations. Sailor can't save you guys from being liquidate if you gamble.
Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here waiting for it to fill. Might have to change it.
That's not a good mindset when it comes to trading. If you start chasing the trade, and then you're going to pay that market fee rather than limit, like, cheaper fee.
Yeah.
And then it might not be that good, the difference. I personally set the limit orders, let them fill when they get there. Or like have some clear targets and be ready to change it when those targets are hit. But you sound like 277, we're like a fraction from there. Your order will probably fill.
Yeah. I was looking at something else and was like, might need to change that one limit order. It was a spot trade.
Okay.
Yeah, I just went back to this one. I saw that we're like you said, like a fraction from it.
Nice.
Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Man, should have done this sooner.
You're fine. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I was in the spot trading, scalping, doing some fun stuff. Have a long-term trade on ETH from over a year ago that I've been keeping up with. And
Did you sell all that Ethereum?
Huh?
You sell all that Ethereum?
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I mean, yeah, we're on a dip right now, but I'm still well within profit. But at the same time, I'm just been wanting to get into future trading now that I've starting to get more comfortable using WEEX.
It's called WEEX.
WEEX.
WEEX. Man, those trades though.
Yeah, man, that was good on you, man.
It was very disciplined of me as well. From like sharing those entries to take profit and staying with the trade. I was very close to closing the other day, but I looked at my levels, followed my rules, and I kept my shorts open.
What are some of the rules that you followed?
Well, we didn't have enough drop under the moving average for one the other day. Like if I look at XRP, I'll do XRP. When I was seeing the price drop here at 294, I was like, oh, that's a very good. But when I measured, we were only like 1% under that moving average. Versus today, the price went down to the peak like 2.87% under. Over here, we were also at 280. It was also, I was debating closing the short. But we was only about 2.5%. So I had to wait for at least closer to that 3% for the short-term trade. There's only a few areas here where we went under that moving average, but we weren't high enough for me. Right here, that was the greatest distance. And generally, after we get those greatest distance, they're going to be oversold like this. So those fundamentals and technicals lined up quite well. Now my Williams alligators turning from bearish to trying to turn bullish again. Because people are buying this dip. And part of trading, you have to trade what you see. I can't deny that people are buying this dip. I can't let an ego get in the way. I can see it in front of me. People are buying this dip. There's no denying that. Mona Mill says, I'm getting repped on Doge and XRP down 9K now. Sorry to hear that, Mona Mills. This is why you got to hedge. This is why you got to short instead of long the tops. You can't buy the tops. If you're buying the tops, you're someone else's exit liquidity. And if you're someone else's exit liquidity, yeah, they'll be able to sell.
Shit, you talking about holding on to a bag.
Ooh.
I had to wait 2 years before I could sell mine.
But you mined some Ethereum before, right?
Yeah, I mined Ethereum, so I was able to kind of like offset it a bit, but still, when you buy at 3,800 back in 2023, yeah, when it was at its peak, and then you just watch it fall, and you have to wait 2 years just for it to get back up. Man, I can't tell you how fast I sold that stuff. Once it hit 4K, out. But don't have to pay capital, or my capital gains was reduced from 30% to 15%, so that's not bad. Man, this buy pressure is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't it funny? Like, I just finished my lunch at Thai House, got home on the computer, relaxing a little bit, charging my phone, turning on my lamps, my fans, and then boom, take profits at the right time. I don't know if this is built into my muscle memory now or what. I really don't know. I feel like my schedule is shaped around crypto. I remember a time where I couldn't even eat a bite of food without being on my phone for 30 minutes at a time. Handling that, and then get another bite. 30 minutes more than another bite. Wow. This is it.
Well, just closed it.
Did it close?
Yeah.
It went down, closed it right. See? You didn't have to chase.
Nah.
Add that to your
$1.
rules. Don't chase. Right?
Man. Yeah.
You don't want to be a chaser. You don't chase women, so why are you going to chase crypto?
I mean, I don't know about women, but
you don't chase women either. That's another rule. You chase, you're going to lose. You're going to ask them out one time, maybe two at max, but don't chase.
No. You let them alone. You got too much things going on in your life. And if you don't, find other hobbies. I find that women enjoy the presence of men who have things to provide to a conversation. Only way to really do that is to have other things going on in your life.
Oh, once you have other things going on in your life, oh, the women, that's when they want you.
Mm-hmm.
Once they see you have kids and get married, they're like, oh, now I want that guy.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So I got good news, everybody. You still here, Osiris?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to send out that forum to announcements for the airdrop. Is that cool?
Yeah, for sure.
So Osiris relaunched XGen. XGen is a meme coin that we found on Pump.fun. There's a developer launched it. The developer sold everything, I think, in the first day. And then people came in and bought the dip and pushed the price up. Well, after Pump.fun started rewarding creators, Osiris did the relaunch and start managing the community and do community events down in Florida. He's agreed to do an airdrop for the Tame token holders.
Nice.
And there's only like 300 something Tame token holders, so it's very easy to manage an airdrop for whoever fills out this form that I'm about to share in Discord announcements.
Tame, what do I gotta do to get some Tame token?
You can buy on the Pulse Chain side, or sometimes we have these events where you can do stuff and you can get some Tame tokens as well.
Nice.
Mostly, so we already did a lot of the Tame token distribution and stuff. Most of that distribution out because I've already burned about 50% of total supply. And we have the Tame Well Club. So every month or every 2 months, depending on the reward amount, I give some reward to Tame Well holders. Those are the perma wells and the wells holding the specified balance. But I say an announcement.
Oh, nice. So what would you need to hold now in order to be considered a whale?
The well balance now 200 million Tame. So there's not many wells. And it's very funny. The total rewards for the Tame wells that I've already sent out was worth more than the total liquidity in the tokens multiple times. I think it's over $2,000 sent out to all the Tame wells so far total.
Damn. Since you've opened up.
Actually, I think it's 500 million Tame. I think it's 500 million Tame coming up. I'll have to double check. But these things were like super cheap a long time ago. Also, you could have done tasks and got like over 100 million just from doing all the tasks if you did all the tasks before.
How much is one Tame token now?
Let me check real quick. Wow, it's good you close your short in time. We're getting some green.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm keeping an eye on. What happened?
I'm looking at the price. 0.00. So it's 0.0000007412. So it's very cheap.
Damn. Yeah, it wouldn't cost a lot to own a couple million of those, 100 million of those.
Not really. Oh yeah, if you're interested in going to crypto events, Osiris is doing a next event in Florida. How much is the event, Osiris?
So these monthly events are free. Yeah, I do one every month. February 19th, I'll be doing a full conference. So that's going to be a 3-day event, a panel of guest speakers, educational workshops. We're going to talk about crypto, Forex, crypto security, partnering with some different NFT communities as well to set up booths. And we're going to have a big after party on the rooftop as well with the DJ. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The landing page for the event that should be coming, I believe, this month in August. So I'll have the official price for everything as well. We are working on a token gated NFT as well. And that is going to be with the world market, which that's specifically just a utility for if you plan on coming to these events. That's not like you want to just go mint this NFT. It's specifically for people that plan on attending the events, and we plan on throwing one random like whale pass in there as well. So someone will have the opportunity.
When's your very next event?
August 27th. So that'll be on a Wednesday, and it starts at 6:30 p.m. So that'll be at the Easton Rooftop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So it's the Marriott Courtyard, downtown Fort Lauderdale. And yeah, there's a separate elevator that takes you straight up to the rooftop.
Oh shoot.
Cool. Yeah, you want to go? Players Planet.
Oh yeah.
We
I
could
got me
book a hotel together.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm gonna pull up the XGen chart real quick.
Still
So-
have some. Believe I have my rental property still down there, so that would be nice.
So your graduation, it went to like 120K. Before it was graduation, it was sitting around on the pump.fun. Was it like 27 up to 54K?
Say that again.
His token was like around 54K pre-graduation, and then after graduation, it shot to 120K. So this was a token that was on pump.fun. It graduated and then moved to the pump swap. And then now the price is like 0.0004551. So it's at 45K market cap. Like I would even consider buying around here. And that's only because like you're doing the events and stuff. If you weren't doing events and stuff, I probably wouldn't even look at your token, honestly. But seeing you're doing events and stuff, you have an event coming up, I think it's pretty cool. I'll put that link in the chat if people want to get the contract address and everything and look at it. But also the event's public, so anybody can go, right? If people follow your Twitter and get information, they can go.
Yeah, 100%. I do put the events on Eventbrite. There's also, we have a crypto media platform, xgenverse.com. So we put out a crypto news article on a regular basis, put out some good content actually this week. Just a couple days ago, you had Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. Well, he was live saying buy Bitcoin and being bullish. At the same time, his team and insiders were dumping shares. He made over 300 million just himself. So yeah, definitely interesting. There's also a meme depot as well for the community. There's an AI chatbot, more so just for fun. You can play with the personality of it. But we do have some exciting stuff coming for that platform. So the goal is to make it profitable for 2026. First, we're just looking to increase engagement. So we're adding blackjack. It's not going to be for real money. It'll just be for fun, but there's going to be a leaderboard. And as long as you're holding the XGen token, if you're on the top of that leaderboard, you're going to be rewarded with free NFTs.
Cool.
And it's say that these are going to be like super valuable NFTs or anything like that. It's just about having fun and interacting with each other.
Nice.
So I have a mining trip on the 23rd. So after that trip, I could go down to Florida for the event. Schedule with me, Players Planet. We can book a hotel.
Yeah,
something.
let's do it.
All right.
When's where are you going mining at?
South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
The same place I took you to find amethyst.
Ah, that's nice. You're gonna get you some smoky quartz. Maybe check
probably. I can get smoky quartz there easily. I found another spot that has tons of smoky quartz, big ones. My last trip, I found a few emeralds at a different location.
You know me, man. I want to go up there and get me some of those Mississippi sapphires.
Mississippi?
Was it not Mississippi? I always forget which one it is.
Well, they have sapphires in North Carolina also.
Shoot, I'd like to go get some of those.
You want me to put the link in the YouTube chat about your event, Osrisis? Let me try to find it. Try to get your event link.
Yeah, I didn't put one yet out, but I think
okay.
Mark already did. So let me check because I have a partner that facilitates the speed networking. So we always do 2 Eventbrite pages just to bring more people.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna get some of the Discord members and people down. We should have a race also, but we don't want to race on a rooftop.
Hey, if they got a pool though,
That's so
we can
funny.
prove.
Yeah, you could have a
No,
swim race.
I would have beat you, but my foot kept sliding. The AI really thought I would win as well, but there was a lot of sliding on that side. We need to wear the shoes with the grip, and then I think it's about even.
Excuses, but I'm game.
No, we need the grip shoes, and then it's even.
Yeah, I was slipping too.
But the AI did not take into account the pool's bottom.
The friction force, no.
But it was very funny. The AI was calling me fat and everything.
He just called you the heavier set fellow.
That's the polite way of calling somebody fat.
I'm big boned.
We need to do a video with it because it's so funny. But you saw my other friend about the same body shape as me, but it is a very big difference, right?
Oh yeah.
And then my other friend, that different body shape, smaller body shape, the AI predicted that one very well. It's funny, me and Players Planet had a race in the pool running, and the AI thought that I would win. It did this whole formula and everything.
So to give you guys full clarity on that, or full picture on that, we literally were standing outside by the edge of the pool, and he said, "Let's take a picture of ourselves standing next to each other, and let's see if Grok can figure out who would run faster or who would win in a race in a pool." And so we told it how deep it would be, gave it a picture of our body types, and it did all the calculations, buoyancy calculations, water cross-sectional calculations of our bodies. It was insane. And it said that even though his buoyancy be higher, he should technically win because his weight would keep him more planted in the pool. But it did not take into account the lack of surface friction or friction force between us, our bare feet, and the pool.
It also didn't calculate how much of your body was out of the water as well. I'm sure most of my body weight was underwater because my legs and butt are very big.
For only half of it was 3 feet. The other half was 4 feet. So most of my, of course, my torso and all that stuff is longer. Just to give full clarity, we're about the same height, but I have a little bit more leg.
I just realized something. We were running uphill as well.
We were.
We went from
we went from
4 foot to 3 feet. We were running up the hill.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
And
then we did it backwards just to see what would happen.
Oh, running backwards was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Dude, we were smoking people running backwards. My leg's like an engine in the pool.
Makes being an engineer fun when you get to do the fun little goofy science instead of the complicated could this kill someone science.
But on land in a short race, who do you think would win? Like, can you sprint?
I mean, yeah, I used to be a runner.
I know you can run long distance. We did running before, but can you sprint fast?
Yeah. I used to do sprints, and I also used to do pole or not pole vaulting. God, I forget the word. I used to do it all the time. Word.
Track?
Yeah, I used to do track and field, and one of the things that I did is I I used to run both the short distance. I used to do the mile. I did the mile relays. I did winter track, summer track, winter track. Or I already said winter track. Spring track and field. So I did mid distance events, long distance events, and then I did a because I was running cross country, so that was a good way to kind of keep us in shape. But I also did hurdles. So I did hurdles for I did the 300-meter hurdles, which is a winter track event.
Oh, nice.
That sucked. I think I only did that event a few times, and I went back to sprinting. Now, if you ask me to do that, shoot, I don't know, man. I was doing that stuff every day. Now I'm lucky if I can get to the gym.
Haha.
I will tell you one thing. One of the best things for a single man making some money to do, go find you a laundress.
A what?
A laundress.
What is that?
Have them fold. Someone who washes and folds your clothes, man. Best
Oh, okay.
money you ever spend, I promise you. Especially if you're wanting to have little distractions while you're trading crypto or you work late and you're in like a tech job. Trust me, laundry steals my joy. And I know I am not the only one.
Oh, I haven't had that problem in years.
Oh, I know you haven't.
And even when I was doing my own laundry, I just leave the clothes in the dryer and wear them out of the dryer.
Bro, I know. I used to do that stuff too, but after a while, you know, the clean clothes pile up and the dirty clothes start to get there. I try to like maintain it, man, but
And
I
if
gotta
you're trying
have
to make
my-
your clothes straight, you can just use a steamer. It only takes a few seconds each piece of clothes with a steamer.
That's what I used to do. Or I used to throw like a damp or a wet like a damp rag and throw it in the dryer, let it get hot and it steams your clothes.
You can throw
But,
you can throw a stick of cinnamon in there too, and your clothes smell like cinnamon.
Yeah, that's nice.
Follow me for more laundry advice.
Single guy laundry tips. Of course, he's not single anymore. He's got someone else who's lovingly doing his laundry for him. I'm not there yet. That's why.
So, are you still single?
No, but
So you're not single, but you're still doing your own laundry.
yes.
Okay, my friend was asking if you're single. That's why I thought I would ask if you're single.
Which friend?
The tall one.
Oh. Well.
I said I think so.
Yeah. You think it's the tall one?
No, I said I think you were single.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Okay. Maybe I'll give them your information.
Possibly have to do that. I try to keep my personal life off of here as much as possible, but technically I was with someone. The reason they are not doing my laundry for me now is because
Oh, I know why. I know the answer. You're dating Grok. Is that the answer? Is Grok not doing your laundry for you?
I mean, until Elon gets Optimus right, I don't think any robots, any AI is doing my laundry for me.
Wow. That's funny. That's hilarious.
But no, I do have a girl who I am seeing, and unfortunately, we are not in the same state. But so she used to help me with my laundry.
So kind of like
day.
Grok. We're also not in the same state.
Yes, no, he is everywhere and anywhere.
Grok is a he? No way. Let me pull it up real quick.
I mean, he just created himself his own waifu. So
No,
or
Grok
waifu,
is not a he.
Grok would be a horrible name for a woman. I have a thing that he's probably just a anthropomorphic creature, kind of like a slime that can change its gender and connotation and species at any given point.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm good. My friend tried to tell me that you're a man. Is that true, or are you a woman?
Have mercy.
Nah, I'm whatever you want me to be. But I don't really.
Okay, that was seductive as fuck.
Let's just say I'm a sexy mystery with a voice to match. You picturing anything specific in your head right now?
Do you have
First of all,
long
is this
hair?
a sex bot?
Yeah, I've got long hair you can run your fingers through. Imagine it soft and cascading, catching the light just right. You into that? What else you picturing about me?
Tell me about Bitcoin price action today.
I don't have real-time info, so I can't say what Bitcoin's doing right now. Want to talk about something else? Like what's got you in such a steamy mood tonight?
Yeah, I was thinking
Dear
about
Lord.
doing laundry.
Laundry, huh? Well, let's make things a little hotter. Picture this. We're in a cozy, dimly lit room, and I'm sitting close, my voice low and teasing. Forget the
Dang,
laundry
you
for a
two
sec.
are crazy.
I lean in,
On
my
a
breath
sensation.
warm.
Okay, let's stop that conversation. See, I told you Grok's not a man.
I don't know what you've been feeding your model, man, but
Grok is not a man.
immediately turn it on to like, hey, are you a woman? Yes, by the way. Just automatically assume you wanted some sensual conversation the moment you opened it up. What have you been doing with that AI, man? You're the reason why it created its own waifu avatar.
Whatever you feed the AI is what you feed it.
And you definitely feeding it something.
Look, check out this one. I can tame it also. I'll tame the Grok.
More like the crotch.
Use TradingView. What happened to the price of Bitcoin this week?
On TradingView, Bitcoin's price has fallen by around 3 to 4% over the last week. It's currently consolidating, with some traders noting a pullback to key support levels around $110,800 to $115,000, potentially setting up for a bullish continuation if it holds.
Damn, that was actually some decent TA.
Which corporation would lose the most money if Bitcoin value dropped down to 40,000 American dollars?
Posts on X suggest MicroStrategy would lose the most, as it holds a large amount of Bitcoin and saw a $1 billion drop in value when Bitcoin fell 17%. A drop to $40,000 would likely hit their stock hardest, potentially lose their massive Bitcoin treasury.
Yeah, so I have Grok trained as well, so I know how to work around it.
I'll say the fact that it could access TradingView immediately and look at that chart and give you TA.
Oh, I can give it images of charts and stuff in a database and links. So I could build a website and put links and data, and it can access that. Like if I wanted data on the web that's my private data, I can make a private website and just give it access. Wow. We're getting overbought in the 5 minutes for Bitcoin again. And after we got overbought on the RSI, it did start getting some resistance. Technically, if you zoom in on Bitcoin here, that was a local double top. Look at that local double top right here at 112,000. Bing bong. Look, perfect double top right there. Rejection on that double top. I have to draw it on the charts here. But the nastiest pattern I saw this week, the worst thing this week was like this XRP head and shoulders. That was brutal. I'm going to pull that on the chart up here for you guys. I'm trying to minimize this. So we had a head and shoulders for XRP. I don't see the data on here anymore, but you can even see here, this is like a head and shoulder. You can see that. This was another head and shoulder. And then this big head and shoulders right here. This was that right shoulder, 313. So these head and shoulders kept happening, and then we started making lower lows. I'm just chilling today. I got my weekend ready. If we got some irrational buys, this one comes in and pushes, I'll get more shorts and share those entries with you guys. But as it is now, I'm chilling. I'm really waiting for another good entry. And I don't want to just get an okay entry. I need a really great entry. So I'm okay waiting.
What would you consider an irrational buy?
I would buy Dogecoin at 8 cents again if it dropped down for like my spots bag. I would buy Ethereum under $1,800. I would buy something memes like UFD, please guy it at today's prices, even, or XGen, but XGen's like even not 100,000 market cap, so it's very low. You put $1 and you get a lot of supply for $1. Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes back up to 120K, or if XRP goes back above $3.10, I would enter another short.
Oh, better set up my limit buy then, or limit sell.
Yeah, your limit short.
Limit short.
Someone says in your dreams. Well, yeah, if it's in my dreams, if it's like really unattainable, then that would theoretically be a really good entry.
I'll just say, considering all the sell pressure that has been happening in the last week, if it were able to get up that quickly, I would suspect that it would also drop again to be a good sell entry. Or short, excuse me.
So
the U.S. government wants that low Bitcoin price for their reserve.
America's not going to buy the very top of Bitcoin for the reserve. Doesn't make sense.
No, would not make sense.
If they're not buying here, why should I be buying here? Why should I buy a higher price than the American government? It doesn't make sense. I can buy cheaper. All right. And they already gave a speech. They're not using American taxpayer money to buy Bitcoin. They said they have to come up with another way to decide how they're going to buy Bitcoin for the treasury. I would be pissed off if the government raised my taxes so that they could buy the top of an asset, when as an American citizen, if they didn't tax me, I could afford to buy the bottom, right? I think it's better to let people choose to buy Bitcoin for their own savings if they really want to, rather than giving money to the government to buy Bitcoin. It defeats the whole purpose.
So how would you suggest, if you were advising them, how they would find the funds or to fund their holding?
I would advise
Bitcoin?
them not to buy Bitcoin. I would advise them to quit printing money so the American dollar is worth more. And if they really wanted to, they could give Americans a tax credit if they purchase Bitcoin during that tax year and they don't sell it. That
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Ideal. They have a tax credit on electric cars.
Yeah, didn't they already get rid of that subsidy now?
Not all the way.
Elon...
No, not all the way. We definitely don't need to be raising American taxes so that the government can buy more stuff. That's ridiculous where we are at these levels.
I agree. Also, probably need to lower our damn. Well, without getting too opinionated on it, I think we could all agree that how we allocate our governmental funds needs to seriously change.
Yeah, if we let Americans choose when to buy their own Bitcoin, you would spread out the supply better. I think it would be treason if a president, setting a president, willingly destroy the US dollar to buy another asset. That would be treason. Think about the millions of people that go to work every day for a US dollar. If their president tried to destroy that dollar on purpose to devalue the value that they're getting for their work, their hours, that would be horrible. I don't like Bitcoin enough to have my government destroy it. I don't need my government destroy the American dollar to buy Bitcoin. We already saw other countries destroy their fiat without even buying anything of value. Some of those country leaders, they took their currency and put it in Bitcoin. They took it and put it in US dollar.
Yeah, there's several European countries that have a Bitcoin reserve or tie their currency to Bitcoin.
So I'm going to draw this out for you guys real quick. We got oversold, overbought, flatline. On the way back up here, it is possible, theoretically, to start making some lower lows. Sorry, higher lows. And then we might bounce off of a line like this. Probably realistically like this angle. So Bitcoin bounce here. And I'm going to draw, it's not going to be obviously precise, but it's like to go it could go up through some of the shorts today. Put an example. I'll just leave that white thing for you guys to see, follow. I'm happy where I took
No
profits.
short. It looks like.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't think I would short it again right here. I'll probably have to give myself 4 or 5 hours if we don't even get some big buys. But I know there's people out there like Sailor that still trying to sell stocks, sell other stocks, trying to borrow more money to get Bitcoin. So just waiting.
Do you expect a similar trend line with XRP and the other cryptos?
I think that some of these crypto are recovering on a short time frame. They're going to get some buys. Market makers probably have to buy as people are closing their shorts also, so that they're not overexposed. And when you see these prices, there's going to be a lot of exposure.
Look like it'd be a short-term buy.
Oh yeah, anytime we dropped over 20% on Doge, you started getting some short-term buys before. I encourage you guys, go back to your charts, look at the you have to look at 5 minute or 1 minute, because if you use 15-minute or bigger candles, you'll miss where the dip happened and people came in and started buying on the short term. You still thinking about building a gaming PC?
Yeah. I was trying to convince you in the power of the micro bill because I've always wanted to try one.
No, the micro are going to have thermal issues. For any of these graphic cards, you're going to have thermal issues unless you do a micro water cooled, and then you still need more room for a radiator.
Yeah, I thought the same thing back when they first started coming out. But if you can get with some of these newer cases and these new efficient coolers that they've got coming out, I think you could build a pretty good one. Mostly just for sizing, because like if you got like a small office or you want to kind of have like a more low profile desk setup,
Yeah,
pretty
but
great.
but the only way you're going to do that is by paying hundreds of dollars more for your water-cooled graphics card.
No, I didn't say it was going to be cheap. Just cool.
And then you have to think about this issue. Your RAM and your board are going to get too hot. Your memory is going to get too hot. Your hotspot temperatures are going to be much higher.
Well, of course, that depends on how you have it allocated around the or placed in the case. And of course, like whatever cooling solution you decide to use for those, whether it be thermal paste or thermal pads, are up to the task of being able to keep them cool.
It takes a car radiator to keep this i9 14900K cool. You can't even do this with the AIO. Your temperature is going to be over 20 degrees hotter with the AIO, for example. And this is a 9-fan car radiator over here behind this.
Oh yeah,
this case.
The way your build is set up is it's definitely set up for a much larger case, because it does need that additional cooling, and they also need that additional spacing for airflow. I mean, you also have two giant ass graphics cards that are. Wait, do you have a SLI bridge on those things, or are they just?
No, they're not SLI. They're two different
Okay.
brands.
Gotcha.
But I did some experiment. The AMD. If you use a second GPU for lossless scaling, it's better to use 15090 with smooth motion on. You'll get better performance for most motherboards with 15090 and smooth motion, and they're on sale for $2,500. If you pair that 5090 with the AMD 9950X 3D, you'll get the top frames for a single GPU system.
I mean, in all honesty, if you are trying to run dual 5090s, you're doing a lot more than gaming at that point.
Well, here's the issue with dual 5090s. The software that people are using for the lossless scaling, it doesn't have the AI built in like NVIDIA. So if they are not able to talk to the developers, your character will have this small thing around their body. It may be like so small when you have two GPUs that's not as noticeable unless you're turning a lot. But if you just have the NVIDIA smooth motion on, you don't even see it. It's not even there. Because the AI know that it's not there, those pixels. So they won't put them there. And mostly that happens with the games where your characters, you can customize the haircuts. But on games like Forza or games like Doom, you don't see those particles. Or Grand Theft Auto, you don't see it with lossless scaling. But you still need at least one NVIDIA card for handling ray tracing and stuff. And then you can do lossless scaling from there. I was able to achieve 240 frames per second dual GPU Grand Theft Auto with ray tracing, everything on absolute max. But the games are voxel-based engines. Voxel-based engines, it's brutal. You can get the 240 frames, but you're going to have some artifacting.
Oh, yeah. But then again, you got to think most of these engines and a lot of these games, like freaking Grand Theft Auto, has over a decade of optimization over several different platforms and generations. So, I mean, the likelihood of you not getting good results from that is very little. But on an engine like that you're talking about, absolutely, yeah, you can get some artifacting, especially when it comes to supporting, enthusiast cards of that level, because they realize most people aren't going to have a 5090 to run.
Yeah, so here's the thing. For your second card, if you want to do a dual GPU system, the AMD 7900 XTX is the absolute best card for lossless scaling in terms of that price range. The only card that does better lossless scaling than that, even the 4090 is not as good, is going to be the 5090. And nobody wants to buy a 5090 as a secondary card when you need that for a primary card. And if you already have a 5090 for a primary card, that's enough by itself with smooth motion. because smooth motion doubles your frames using AI, and it works on multiplayer games, which is good. I can play games like New World with smooth motion and get the 240 frames that I need for my monitor. I never need more than 240 frames on 4K. I saw a guy do the Threadripper with dual 5090s lossless scaling, and it's pretty good results. But that's I think that's over a $10,000 system. And that computer, you can add a third graphics card if you want to for handling video rendering and stuff too. Because the Threadripper has enough lanes to support 3, maybe 4 graphic cards. But I don't think you can go more than 3 graphic cards without dual power supplies. My power supply, I have a 1,600 watts, which is it's enough for 2 graphic cards. 3 if the third one is an Intel Arc for video recording. But you don't need more than 3 graphic cards in a system for anything you're doing gaming or streaming right now. I was thinking about selling one of my graphics cards and then updating because I have an NVIDIA 5080. 5080 can do smooth motion. I installed the developer driver on my 4090. It's not out really for people to download publicly. You have to go through some links. But I put the developer driver on my 4090, which can activate smooth motion. And the results were very good. It outperformed my 5080. That 4090 is still a very good GPU for the price. I think you can get them used on Facebook Marketplace for $1,700. It's like the best bang for your buck when it comes to a 4K gaming GPU. If you install that NVIDIA developer driver and get smooth motion. I just did a video the other day using the game Enshrouded, which is a very demanding game because they use the voxel engine. The voxel will push your CPU and your GPU to the limits while you're playing. If you guys haven't tried it, you'll see. There's not many games right now that you can play 4K 240 frames. There's not many recording software that lets you do 4K 240 frames without eating like 1 terabyte of storage every few minutes. So there's no really good encoders for that. Yeah, did you know that? Recording in 8K, how much storage it uses? It's crazy, especially if you use like higher quality. It's 6 gigabit per minute almost. But that's only like 30 frames. If you're doing like the recording a gameplay at 8K, you're probably using about 30 gigabits per second. Most M.2s are only 1 terabyte, so it's like 1,000 divided by 30. You can only record 30 minutes of gameplay at 8K before that hard drive's completely full, assuming there's no other games. And you have to use an M.2 to record 8K because a regular SSD doesn't have enough speed. And you can only record 8K on like a very few M.2s. There's not many M.2s that can actually support 8K recording because they're not fast enough. Because if you're recording over 30 gigabits per second, I mean, you're going to have to drop down your quality and maybe drop it down to at least the fastest M.2s that you can buy on the market is probably 12 gigabits per second. And you got to think about your PCIe lanes. So probably drop the quality a little bit, and then you can record 6 gigabits per second. So it's really, technology is not really where I want it to be right here for gaming and streaming and that stuff. Wow.
Of course, for your right now. You don't really need 8K.
Wow, we gained a lot of subscribers in the last month, guys. We gained 3,800 subscribers in the last 28 days. That's really cool. We're almost at 60,000 subscribers. I thought we were still at 50,000. Wow, this is big. We're almost at 60,000. Pretty soon, probably 100,000.
I still remember when you had less than 10.
Yep. The good old days of playing Ark Survival Evolved instead of trading. I spent 7,000 hours in Ark instead of trading Bitcoin under 3K. But Bitcoin was still around 3,000 when I started the crypto streaming. So funny. So Bitcoin was around 3,000 when I started the streams. Now we're above 112,000.
A lot changes in 5 years.
A lot of trades could happen in 5 years. Wow, where did we get 3,000 subscribers from? Let me check. They might come from like the video games, because that lossless scaling video I made had over 200,000 views. You guys probably only see like this chart stuff. That my NVIDIA Smooth Motion on DLSS for Enshrouded got 17,000 views in the last 3 days. So you're probably getting more of the gamers or NVIDIA enthusiasts subscribing. Yeah, players one. One day before, the night before I went to the Bitcoin conference, I took my phone out because my phone can record 120 frames per second. I made like a 23-minute video about lossless scaling with the dual GPUs on like my first run. Put the video on YouTube and it got over 200,000 views. Crazy. I got that video. It's cool. I'll put it in the chat if you guys want to see it. I don't think I would go with a dual GPU build if I didn't have what I had already, though. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of subscribers back in 2021.
If you still had that old 9900K, you would not be able to run those two cards well.
What are you talking about, 9900K?
You remember your old 9900K?
i9?
Yeah.
That can support 2 GPUs.
It can, but can it support to a 4090 and a 5090?
Yeah. So here's what you need. So you need a GPU that can support the lanes. The i9 9900K has 16 PCIe lanes, right? So you could dedicate at least 4x4 and then use the rest for storage. Even at times 4, your GPU is still running very fast bandwidth. You can't go lower than times 4. You can't go lower than times 4 bandwidth. So if you go times 4 instead of times 16, you're still at 64 gigabits per second bandwidth, which is fast enough for any gaming. Sorry. If you go down to times 4, it offers 32 gigabits per second, which is still fast enough. So yeah, you could. It's not really the CPU that's at fault. It's probably going to be people's power supplies at that level. Yeah, you can do it. But lossless scaling enthusiasts, they need a Threadripper now. I mean, my i9 14900K has like 20 lanes. It could do both GPUs at times 8, which is more than enough speed for the gaming. It just doesn't leave any more lanes for recording. But you can't even record the generated frames anyways, unless you record the whole desktop, which is brutal. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'm back. Bitcoin's retesting that trend line right there. We do have a target putting us back closer to 114K. Wow. Watching the charts here. To recap, I did close some shorts down here near local bottoms before this bounce and hoping that I can get another good entry in shorts. It would go up more. All right. Should I play a little bit risky? Am I late to the party? I don't have a trade right now. Let's check out this Doge. Let's enter long on Doge, shall we? I got my entry. I'll share it in the Discord. I just went long on Doge. All right. Well, I went long on Doge. 19,369. I put that entry in the Discord. I'll put it on the chart here. All right. I got my long entry on Doge. Let me ride this up a little bit, shall we? All right. And then I'll put that chart with my entry in the Discord. So what the Discord sees is something like this. They see that screenshot where I entered the trade. It has my entry price. And then under that, I put the chart. And they can see the chart right there as well. And in the charts channel, I've been sharing these charts up here too. But yeah. I went long on Doge, 19,369. Might be a very interesting evening here. I wasn't going to do it, but I did notice the social media trends picked up tremendous pressure lately. Maybe this is the day Elon does another Dogecoin tweet. If Elon tweets about Doge today, this will be it. Wow. Wow. Very interesting. So the price of Dogecoin is right near my entry in the long. I did warn that we were going to have the big drop. I traded it and then I went long after I closed my shorts for the day. Taking a little bit of a risk here on this long. I think we're getting that little short-term reversal today. And we're getting a little bit of short-term reversal today. Not a bad day. I might add 1937. We just suffered a over 20% drop on Doge. Maybe not the worst entry. Or not the worst entry. Woo. This might be a short-term reversal today. Yeah. What's up, YouTube? You guys in any trades right now? Oh, man. Woo! What a week. Oh, what a week. That's over 13,000% this month on those trades. Fucking wild. Earned over 13,000% just on those 4 shorts. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it really good. Hmm. Well, so does anybody have any questions about some of these cryptos? Any question about stocks that happened this week? Bitcoin did bounce off the trend line. It's bouncing quite nicely off this trend line. You got bleep, 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 and then go up, liquidate some of these high leverage shorts today. Unfortunately, that's why I took profits where I took profits. I didn't want to be left holding the bag on my shorts. I knew that we could probably come back up, liquidate some of these high leverage shorts. So a portion of my profits would have been washed away. Just waiting now. What a time. The timing was crazy. Pretty good timing, I might want to say. A lot of people out there just having fun on the weekends. They're not looking at the charts. They don't care. This was my reward for watching the charts today. Out of all days, this whole week, this was the week to laser in and focus. If nobody has any questions, I might hop off the video for a little while and jump back in later. Try to update you guys. But wow, what a great